Giants lost to the Bills on Sunday Night Football, and they haven't scored a first-half touchdown in the first 6 games of the season. Since 1950, the Giants just the 4th team that's happened to. The Chargers did it, the Bucs did it twice. New York, no offensive TDs in their last 12 quarters. As Dave Naylor joins us now from Orchard Park, New York. Dave, great to see you. The Bills come into this one as 15.5-point favorites. They get shut out in the first half. They do find the end zone in their first 2 drives of the second half. How do you evaluate Buffalo's win on Sunday night?
Well, they were adaptable. I mean, the things that they were trying to do in the first half that usually work for them just weren't. For the second week in a row, Josh Allen in the offense in the first half looking out of sync. And, one of the criticisms of Buffalo's offense is that when things bog down a little bit, that Josh Allen defaults to trying to force the ball to Stephon Diggs. I mean, at one point in the second quarter, Stephon Diggs had 11 targets. All other Bills had 4. And, it was just they were having trouble running the ball. It was just an odd game. And you just kind of felt like the whole team was out of sync, like almost like an extension of the first half last week against Jacksonville. Allen's 8 of 18 for 87 yards in the first half. And as much as so much has been made about the Giants' struggles on offense, I mean, this is a team that ranks all their metrics defensively at the bottom of the NFL as well. But you look at what happened in the second half. I mean, they had their first 2 drives of the second half. One of them goes for 15 plays. The other one goes for 12. There's 27 plays on 2 drives, and it was not typical Buffalo Bills offense. It was running the ball, and with Josh Allen throwing dink and dunk passes. They're getting to a lot of third down plays. There were no deep shots down the field, and then they go away from Steph Diggs. You get a key pass to Khalil Shakir. You get a touchdown to Deontay Hardy. You get Quentin Morris, the tight end, his first target of the season. That's the winning score. So the Bills really adapted from what they were trying to do in the first half to where they went with it in the second. But a very atypical game. Buffalo only had 3 possessions in the second half, the third one, of course, being the missed field goal that opened the door for the Giants to make that final drive.
And then, Dave, Tyrod Taylor starts his first game since 2021, gives the Giants that early lead, but at the end of the first half, fails to put points on the board in the red zone, and that proved to be costly. What's your take on his play and his performance overall?
I thought Tyrod Taylor played very well. I mean, they moved him around a lot. The Giants' problem with taking sacks are well documented. And, he made some very difficult throws, and some of them fairly deep down the field. Now, at the end of the first half, 12 seconds left, Brian Daboll, I just came out of his news conference, and he said that it was a play pass. He said there was a communication issue, and essentially Tyrod Taylor thought he recognized something, an opportunity for them to run the ball. Obviously, the exchange that was shown on television at the half between Daboll and Tyrod Taylor, he was not very happy about what took place. Now, at the end of the game, of course, they're on the 1-yard line with one play, win or lose the game. They go for a pass to the back of the end zone to Darren Waller. It doesn't work. Daboll was asked about that as well, and he felt like since they'd already been stuffed on 2 3rd-and-1 plays, plus the play before the half, they wanted to go pass. But there's certainly an argument you could make that they should have passed on the goal line when they ran. They should have run on the goal line when they passed. But ultimately, the Bills escape with one. That's going to leave a few questions. I think, this Bills team was dominant for a few weeks. It looked like they could score at will. They were averaging about 40 points a game over a 3-game stretch. And, they didn't get their first points of the game till the 4th quarter. If you'd said at the start of this game, the Bills will have zeros on the board at the end of 3 quarters, that would have surprised a lot of people. But ultimately, I think there's going to be a lot of questions asked back in New York about what happened at the end of the first half and why they couldn't punch that one in when they could have had 2 or 3 opportunities through the air instead of 1 on the ground.
Well, I guess the positive news is they still get the win. They're 4-2, and they get another 1-win opponent next week as they head to Foxborough to take on the Pats. Dave Naylor, you're the best. Thanks for this, my friend.